What's up, guys? Winner Kills here. Welcome back to a brand new deck profile. Finally here with the updated DDD deck profile post Soul Fusion with some of the new support. I know that this guy has been announced. Yes, our good friend Gilgamesh. I was going to make a profile with him, but I decided not to, and we'll just keep it TCG legal for now because I've got some mixed feelings about this guy. Which may be a topic for another day. But without further ado, we'll get started. But one thing I want to tell you guys first is if you're interested in any of these sleeves here, these are their diamond sleeves from Imperium Duelist, that is, and these are their dot sleeves. And this beautiful playmat here is actually their latest design, their Millennium playmat, which, to be honest, is one of the nicest cloth playmats I think I've ever used. Very, very nice mat. I love the design on it, the Egyptian theme, the Millennium Eye and everything. It's very sort of minimalistic designs in the zones. I really do like it, and if you're thinking about picking up a playmat from them, I highly recommend this one, and you can get it for 10% off as well as everything else in their store with this code WinnerKills10 off. If you'd like, information down in the description below, link to their website as well. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with the deck profile. We have 3 Swirl Slime. Obviously, this is one of the better cards in the deck. Use it to fusion summon a DDD fusion monster from your extra deck using this card and other cards in your hand as material. And you can also banish from the grave to summon a DD card from your hand, which is very, very good. Great combo extender. Seeing this card in your open hand is usually a good sign. And then we play 3 Necro Slime. I haven't always played this card at 3, but I've been recently playing it at 3 now because it's a good normal summon to go into Link Karibo if you have other cards in your hand and just gets it into the grave. Because now with the Link mechanic, we can just summon this and just put it into the grave for a really good Link 1 monster just for free. Just send it to the graveyard and get a monster out of it. And obviously the graveyard effect to fusion summon is very important when continuing in combos. So 3 Necro Slime, and I just want to see the card, so I just don't want to have to worry about, playing at less copies. I just want to see the card in the opening hand to be able to make combos. 3 Kepler, basic Stratos of the deck to grab your contracts. Prime Suspect to go into Link Karibo as well, so play this card at 3 as well. Been playing these same 3 cards since the deck's creation. Nothing has really changed too much there. DD Lamia, of course, this card has to be at 3. This is like the heart and soul of the deck. This is what allows you to go into your Crystal Wings, your Siegfrieds, your Meteor Burst Dragons, your Alexander. You have to play this card at 3. And if you don't see this card in your opening hand, you're going to not have the greatest turn if you have no way to get this to your graveyard. You just need this card in your opening hand to be able to make really good plays. One of the best cards, if not the best card in the deck, in my opinion. So now we'll go into the next card here, which is DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Huge combo center, especially when he's in the Pendulum Zone. If you special summon a DD monster, except during the damage step, you can basically special summon a DD monster from your grave. You take 1,000 damage, and any battle damage you do is halved for that turn when you use that Pendulum effect. And his other effect, if he's normal or special summoned, you can target a DDD monster in your graveyard and special summon it out as well. Ragnarok been very powerful card since the beginning of this deck, and still is to this day still a must-of at 3. Then we play 3 Copernicus. A Foolish Burial for any DD card, very good. Still got to play it at 3. Quintessential piece to a lot of combos. This is a proxy here, but it's DD Vice Typhon. This card is out. It did come out in Code of the Duelist. I don't have this card. I did order some. A lot of people have been telling me to play this card, and I've sort of been hesitant to it, but I've been playing it a lot, and this deck's been tested quite a bit by me and my brother, and this card is very helpful when it's just a second. It's basically a 4th and 5th Necro Slime, and it helps to summon basically the new High Flame King Genghis, because it can only be used to fusion summon a level 8 or higher DD fusion monster, or DDD fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing this card and the materials needed for that fusion summon. But this card is very nice to get into the graveyard to help extend more combos. Then 2 Thomas. I was thinking about not playing this card at all, but I literally have no idea what else I'd play in here. This card is good when you get on the field. You can destroy a Pendulum Scale to summon a level 8 DDD monster, but its effects are negated. Obviously, that's great just to trigger any other DD extra deck monster you might have. the summon of that Ragnarok, or you can just use it to go into a quick rank 8 if need be, 38 or Kali Yuga, or whatever rank 8s you happen to be playing. The last 2 cards, 2 Ghost Ogre, really could be any 2 hand traps. I wanted to not play any hand traps in here, but I think at least having some hand traps in here, if you do have to go second, you at least have the chance of opening this, and still very, very good card, I think, to play in here. You can play Astral, Valor, whatever you want, Bell. I just have extra Ghost Ogres laying around, and I think playing Ghost Ogre in here would be perfectly fine. So that's it for the monsters. Now we'll go into the spells. 3 Dark Contract with the Gate. Obviously one of the best cards in the deck. It searches every turn for a DD card, and you take 1,000 damage during your standby phase every turn. So you kind of got to be careful with that. Then we play 3 Allure of Darkness. There's the 3rd one. 3 Allure. Draw power, very, very important to this deck because it can be inconsistent. Anything to fix your hand, the better. That's why I'm also playing 3 Pot of Desires. I don't like this card, trust me. If you don't like this card, I completely understand. But we play a lot of 3-ofs in here, and odds are, if you do ban it, if your hand is terrible and you have to start your turn with Desires, it's either going to do 2 things. It's going to fix your hand, or you're going to banish everything you needed, and you're going to lose anyways. And I want to play 3 just because seeing this card I think is important, and you can usually banish the Desires off of a Desires anyways, which is pretty optimal. But like, having this card and resolving it is super important because getting those combo pieces you need regardless of what you're banishing is pretty much always very, very important. And for the next card we play, we have 2 Call by the Grave. Again, just like for the Photon deck profile I was playing 2 Call by. This is one of those decks very, very hindered by hand traps. Call by really the only way to protect against that, and of course they hit it to 2, but I digress. 2 Call by, I think it's perfectly 100% needed in here actually. Then we have some 1-ofs. Reborn, 1 for 1, Contract with the Swamp King, Foolish Burial, and Swole Charge, Wind Charge, whatever you want to call this card. All these are a must in here, I think. Everything is an extender. These cards help you recover, and I think they're needed. Seeing these cards is great, and this card is also a nice extender as well. So that's it for the main deck. Pretty standard main deck as far as I'm concerned. Now we'll go into the extra deck, which consists of 1 Titanic Galaxy and 1 Duo Dawn King Kali Yuga. I think I forgot to have this in my Photon deck profile, but that's another story for another day. 2 rank 8s that I'm playing. I've been thinking about cutting either of these for other cards, but I don't know. 38 comes up way more than Kali Yuga does. I don't know why people like this card so much. I get that it can blow up a lot of back row against some decks, but like, maybe it's just my personal experience. This card isn't needed against the things that I usually play up against, so I don't know. That's just me. Now we'll go into the links. Link Karibo, Wee Witch's Apprentice, Decode Talker, and Summon Sorceress. Some builds play Zephyr Metaltron if you're playing like the Absolute package with Meteor or Vortex Dragon. I just don't want to play that build because I'd just rather play Decode Talker because you don't have to worry about the summoning requirements that Metaltron has, and Decode Talker is pretty nice too. So Summon Sorceress is definitely a must in here to fix some really bad hands. And now we'll go into the fusions. 2 High King Genghis, because having one of these is not enough. You're usually going to be able to make 2 in a game, in a given match, whatever, in a game I should say. Having a second one of these to go into is very, very important. And the fact that he can negate something during your turn to protect your board from hand traps, called bys, disruptions, anything is very, very important. So 2 of those. 2 regular Genghis. This guy is one of the mainstays in the deck since the beginning, so you still got to play 2 Genghis. D-Arc. This card's like a Manila, but it really is only good for synchroing. It's very good against burn decks. If you summon this against a burn deck and you can protect it, it's an auto win just because any damage that would be inflicted to you gain instead. But D-Arc, always a staple in here at 1 and continuing to be still. Now we'll go into the synchros. Odd Ice Meteor Burst, very, very important for a lot of combos. Alexander, same thing. Siegfried and Crystal Wing, obviously your 2 main cards you're going to end on. If you don't have these cards, don't play the deck because you need these. These are like heart and soul of the deck, with like this deck, the pillars of this deck, what it's ending on. The best things you're ending on are usually like these. Like this is the best field you can usually end on. is like this and Decode, like Siegfried, Synchro Wing Dragon, Crystal Wing Dragon, and number 38. Like ending on this with Decode or Wee Witch is usually game, depending on what they're playing against. But, like, this is the ceiling of the deck, in my opinion. And if you were playing Vortex Dragon, it's like this, and Vortex, or this, and Vortex Dragon. Like, it doesn't really change too much. I like Crystal Wing a little better just because he can protect himself. Obviously, Vortex Dragon can too, but, like, Crystal Wing is very hard to beat over. Vortex Dragon's a little easier to beat over. I don't know. It just depends on what you value more, the monster negation or the anything negation, the attack boost or the non-attack boost. I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck and the main deck, and that's pretty much it for the profile. And I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Anything you didn't like about the build, I guess, leave me a comment down there in the comment section if you got one. And yeah, if you're interested in any of these sleeves, again, they're from Imperium Duelist. These are their new diamond sleeves, and these are the dot sleeves. I use these on all my extra deck stuff because they just look so nice, very simple. And this is the Millennium playmat. If you want to get any of this stuff on their website, you can for 10% off with that code, WinnerKiller10 off. It's down in the description below. Check it out if you like. It supports me and helps you guys save a little money in the process, so it's a win-win if you ask me. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, WinnerKiller signing out. We'll see you in the next one.